What if I told you that the biggest barrier between you and an extra $1,000 a month is not a university degree or a specialized technical certification? In an economy that is rapidly shifting toward task-based services, your most valuable asset is not what you know, but your availability. We have been conditioned to believe that income is strictly tied to skill level. But today, we are breaking that myth. Welcome back to Budget Boss. I am going to show you exactly how to monetize your time using nothing but your existing resources and a bit of boots on the ground effort. We are not talking about pennies from online surveys. We are talking about high-demand reality-based niches that are hiding in plain sight. If you are ready to stop making excuses and start making deposits, we need to look at how the world around us is actually trading money for time. In 2026, the simplest way to start this journey is to let your assets do the heavy lifting while you sleep. In the United States, the peer-to-peer rental market has moved far beyond just renting a room. If you own a car that sits in the driveway, or even an empty garage, you are sitting on a goldmine. Platforms like Turo allow you to rent out your vehicle, essentially turning a depreciating asset into a cash flow machine. But the real hidden gem is the square footage you already pay for. If you have an empty basement or a shed, platforms like Neighbor.com allow you to rent out storage space. People in metropolitan areas are desperate for affordable storage for their boats, recreational vehicles, or extra boxes, and they will pay you monthly just to use your floor space. This requires zero skill, only the ability to manage a calendar and maintain a clean area. It is the definition of passive income for the everyday person. Moving from passive assets to active participation, the gig economy is where the real money is hiding for those willing to use some physical effort. We are not talking about delivery driving where gasoline eats your profits. We are talking about specialized labor platforms like TaskRabbit and Looglas. In the United States, there is a massive population of busy professionals and aging homeowners who simply do not have the time or physical ability to do basic tasks. You do not need to be a master carpenter to help someone move boxes, assemble furniture, or wait in line for a product launch. People are paying $40 to $60 an hour for reliable workers to handle these mundane chores. The reality is that reliability is a skill in itself. If you show up on time and follow instructions, you are already in the top 10% of earners on these platforms because you are solving a direct problem. As we look deeper into the digital landscape, artificial intelligence is creating a massive demand for something very human. Tech companies are desperate for human verification to ensure their models are not making mistakes. This does not require coding. It requires your humanity and your cultural perspective. Companies like Data Annotation or Remote Tasks pay individuals to evaluate artificial intelligence responses, check for factual errors, or simply label images. While this sounds technical, it is actually very intuitive. If you can read a paragraph and determine if it makes sense, you can get paid. Unlike the low-paying options of the past, these platforms are increasingly looking for English-speaking users in the United States to ensure cultural nuance. It is remote, flexible, and requires no prior experience, just a laptop and a functioning brain. For those who prefer a more professional touch, one of the most overlooked ways to earn a serious income is by stepping into the world of legal documentation. Every time a house is bought or sold, a pile of papers needs a witness. Becoming a mobile notary public is a high-trust, low-skill role that many people ignore. In most states, it simply requires a short background check and a basic exam. Real estate agents and mortgage companies are constantly looking for reliable individuals to drive to a client's home and witness signatures. On platforms like SnapDocs, beginners are seeing fees of $75 to $150 for a single 1-hour appointment. You are not giving legal advice. You are simply verifying an identification card and stamping a paper. It is a professional side hustle that fits perfectly into a flexible schedule without needing a 4-year degree. If your interests lean more towards the massive United States pet industry, the numbers tell a compelling story. Americans spent over $140 billion on their pets last year, creating a massive opportunity for responsible individuals using apps like Rover or Wag. You can earn a consistent income simply by staying in someone's home while they travel or taking a dog for a walk. This is not just pocket money. In high-income areas, professional pet sitters are charging significant nightly rates. The reality is that people treat their pets like family, and if you have a clean background and a love for animals, you are qualified. You are essentially getting paid to live in a nice house and provide companionship to a pet. It is a low-stress way to bypass the 9-to-5 grind while building a loyal client base. Even major brands like Google, Amazon, and Netflix are willing to pay for your everyday perspective. They are terrified of launching a product that fails, so they pay for your honest feedback. This is a reality-based hustle where you do not need to be a technology genius. You just need to be a consumer. Platforms like User Testing and Respondent.io pay everyday people to browse a website or use a new app while thinking out loud. A typical 20-minute session pays well, but the live conversation studies can pay upwards of $100 per hour. The companies are not looking for developers. They are looking for the average person who gets frustrated when a button is hard to find. Your frustration is their data, and they are willing to pay a premium for it. Finally, we have to look at the physical needs of our own neighborhoods. Junk removal and property preservation are huge businesses in the suburbs. Many homeowners are willing to pay significant amounts to have clutter removed or their trash bins professionally cleaned. You do not need a degree to haul an old sofa to the local dump or power wash a plastic bin. You can start this with a basic vehicle or a small trailer by posting in local Facebook groups. The reality of 2026 is that the traditional job market is not the only way to achieve financial stability. Whether it is renting out your space, helping a neighbor move, or helping train the next generation of artificial intelligence, the opportunities are there. You just have to be willing to see them. None of these require a Doctor of Philosophy degree, but they all require a boss mindset. Pick one of these methods today, try it for a week, and watch your bank account change. I am Budget Boss, and I will see you in the next video.